Here we go. And also, like what you like, not because the internet sticks it in your face. And I think that's good advice. Find the things that are timeless. And every once in a while you get lucky and find something that's been sitting around for a bunch of decades. And I did. In this crate are dreams. And oftentimes in the case I mentioned about the old oil paintings that our postmodern world doesn't give a crap about and you can get cheaply. Well, that's kind of sad for the sake of culture, but it might be really great for all of you soulful people with a heart and some interest. The world's pretty cool if you don't mind falling through the cracks and being yourself. I'm gonna go be myself. So this is my last video, and I'm doing my last car build. This is just me, for a dream, something I've always wanted to do, and I have the two components I need to have a lot of fun, and it relates to where I got started going racing, going all the way back. And I'm gonna show it to you right now. Actually, I'll just show it to you. You guys recognize that? Yeah, that's a nice shape, isn't it? Well, in the 1950s, people built sports racers. And you could even go in the back of Road and Track magazine and order a Devon body. In fact, my first race car was a Devon. And there's all kinds of neat bodies that exist from long ago that have been relegated to the nether region of barns and things like this and our imagination and dreams. And every once in a while you get lucky and find something that's been sitting around for a bunch of decades. And I did. And over in that crate is a really nifty engine. That is also something that's relegated to long ago, which I'm gonna show you in a second. But if I may, I'd like to talk to you about the YouTube journey. So I had this YouTube channel years and years ago, and like anybody, just put some videos on it. And actually, God, I don't know, 10 years ago or more, I tried doing some YouTube adventure series where I drove across the country in that Auburn Bowtail Speedster and my 57 Corvette. I actually told some VinWiki stories about that. And I went on VinWiki by accident. I didn't know what the channel was. I got connected with a past student because I was trying to find some exposure for the nonprofit Genius Garage that I was doing. Because even in spite of my old turbine Batmobile going viral, I couldn't get any exposure no matter what I did. Played all the games from sponsored content and paying advertising and everything else, I just couldn't do it. So I went on a mission to figure out media and get exposure for it, and I did. The VinWiki thing worked with my ability to tell stories and my crazy antics of the past, and that made it so people knew what was going on, and that was neat. And that also launched me to have, kick me in the butt to put way too much work into this channel and also have a little bit of a voice to talk to you all with it, and that was nice. And also figured out a little bit more as it relates to traditional media. But what do you do with it? You know, there's a lot of YouTubers that play the game where they're just a YouTuber. In fact, Ed Bolian from VinWiki said to me, Casey, you need to decide if you're a YouTuber. I'm like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber, I'm on YouTube. He's like, no, if you're a YouTuber. Which, frankly, I resent a little bit because YouTube is not the real world at all. It's driven by algorithms and clickbait. You know, it's just the way it is. Don't hate the player, right? Well, I don't like that game, and I'm not going to play that game. It's not the real world. It's not healthy, and I don't think it reflects well upon you. In fact, my time on YouTube doing automotive YouTube, there's been a lot of great journeys and a lot of neat things with the students and some builds, but it influenced me, I think, negatively. The sheer hours is that's not really sustainable with that, or not sustainable without, frankly, selling out. And see, cars and building cars, like this project we're going to look at, means a lot to me personally, even if the algorithm doesn't care, or the popular culture cares. And I really kind of just want to go back to being me, the car guy from before. And doing that. I'm looking at what I can do with the Genius Garage program to have the most powerful effect, but honestly, I don't want to support the American educational system or colleges anymore in any way, even indirectly, because it's garbage. And I just want to see people do better and go further. So I'm looking at what can be done there. And I realize a bunch of people are going to come up with ideas like, Casey, do this, do that, the other thing, here's this and everything. You know what, I appreciate all those ideas, but guys, don't think that I already haven't thought of them. So, what am I going to do? I'm not going to show that build regularly. I don't know when I'm going to put it up. But I do know that I'm going to make myself have it finished in no more than a little over a year and a half. What's that, the summer of 2026? And I just want to call it quits. I don't want to build any more race cars or fun cars. which brings me to what I want to do. Manufacturing, startup companies, material science. That's what I care about. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to push that. Can't make that work anywhere in the world for any reason. Working on something else that matters a lot to me. Politics. Politics are stupid, but they actually do matter. And even the ability to talk about them, whether you run for public office or you're speaking about it. And this is a trying time, to say the least, in America. And I've kept my mouth shut for 25 years. I think I remember the first time I started keeping my mouth shut when I went to college, when good values were being thrown out the window by people, but they did a good job of getting you to shut up. I'm not going to shut up anymore. So that's it. Manufacturing, material science, politics. By the way, that's not a tell. My forehead's actually itchy. Sorry. Manufacturing and such, and politics. I'm all in. We'll see what happens. Now, for all the people that are watching this and using it as a character idea, figure out how to way we can take advantage of Casey, go fuck yourself. You know, people have been trying that for decades, and it just doesn't work. So save us both the effort and the unpleasantness. But if you actually have a pair and you want to grow something and you're not just some schmuck that wants to use me or other people or just see if you can get information and then do it for yourself, that's cool. Let's knock some out of the park. But I guess I'm old enough and a dad, I just don't feel like playing stupid games, especially in the car world. I don't feel like pandering to algorithms and popular culture in the car world. I just want to do what's good. So that's what I'm going to do. As far as this channel goes, you'll still see stuff relating to my Omega car, my high efficiency car, which you might be able to see back there. The white silhouette right about there. That, and if I need to talk about car related things, politics here or there as it relates. And I think I'll probably show a few videos with vintage racing with the VSCDA, because they're a nice group of wholesome characters. They still like me. And the thing I'm leaning on is the Formula Continental. And I got that Porsche 914 I took on trade as a race car. So I just want to have a little wholesome fun. And maybe even my sports racer in the future. And I might show that, but I'm done being the automotive YouTuber, guys. So I'll tell you what, let's have a little fun. And let me just bring this up a little closer while I yap about it. Let's talk about this. Okay, so first thing to tell is that's made of fiberglass. So no, it's not aluminum, and that's fine with me because it's very pretty, isn't it? It's been sitting for decades. I cleaned it up. So here's the thing. You can't buy it. I'm not going to sell it. There are no more. So don't ask me if I can find you another one. I can't. This is luck. And if you think it looks like anything, yeah, there's lots of cars that look similar. And I don't care either. So let's just not even have that conversation. But I think it's really pretty. And it seems like something that would have come out of my childhood dreams. And it seems to be great proportions that I could build something really bitchin'. And that's kind of my dream. So I want to show you the engine in the crate, because the engine I got is crazy, and it's going to require me learning lots and knowing how to hold my tongue right when I'm working on it and understand the metal, because it will be finicky, and it's going to take a lot of love and passion and stick-to-itiveness to build this motor. It's not so simple as just building a small block Chevy or something. So we're going to look at that. But I want to tell you this. I have a little dream. I have dreams, even for myself. I gave up on a lot of dreams doing Genius Garage for over a decade and helping the students. It's about 1,000 hours a year gone, donated to that, and then more. And just stymied any career, stymied the opportunity for me or my wife to go on trips or adventure or just relax. But it was worth it. But you know what? I want to have a little fun. So here's my dream. When I get that done, working well enough that hopefully the motor doesn't blow up, which we're going to show you in a sec, I want to go for a great drive. Honestly, what I envision is just blazing across the countryside, tar and chip road, nobody around, doing like 140 miles an hour with earbuds in, blasting like Edith Piaf. And when I get chill, maybe I'll listen to like Gordon Lightfoot or something. That's what I want to do. That's a dream. So if anybody wants to use that as, Casey wants to drive legal, screw you. It's a fun dream. But I am going to do a couple little things for myself in no particular order, and judge me as you will. I want to go somewhere nice and have a custom tailored bespoke sports jacket. I never had one. That would be nice. I'd like to have an original Herbert Johnson helmet, racing helmet from the 50s. Herbert Johnson's still around, but I don't know if they make or restore them. So we'll figure that out. That could be fun. I would like to have a set of tailored, nice Italian driving loafers. I just would. Maybe I'll go drive for my car in this. And lastly, I'd like to buy a really exquisite, fine mechanical watch. Not a Rolex, that's a sports watch, that's a beater. Just something really exquisite. And I know what I have in mind, but I don't really want to say it because it'll sound snobby. But it's a very, very old history from a neat watchmaker. It was originally in France and then Switzerland. It's neither here nor there. And then after I do a couple little things for myself, just to mark the occasion of stopping, I'm done building cars, I'm gonna do something else. It's time for a new life chapter. I would like to go on a trip, take my wife for all the stuff we missed out on. I think it would be nice to go on the Orient Express. If they run the old route from Paris to Istanbul, that would be amazing. I'd like to take my wife to some antique shops in Europe I found, because since we live in a ridiculous postmodern age that doesn't care about anything old or worthwhile, do you know the amazing old original oil paintings you can buy cheap? Sad, but cool that we could actually do that. And I want to take her to a Viennese ball. Vienna, not Venice. Traditional, nice old things that stand the test of time. I'd like to do that. And maybe if I feel like it, I'm in shape. I haven't played in a polo match for like 12 years. That'd be kind of fun. Ancient war sport. Not because it's hoi polloi, but it's really dangerous, more dangerous than motorsports. So we'll see. Don't want to do a Christopher Reeves. On that note, let's go look at the motor. Yes. Okay, is this bad, telling your little dumb dreams to the internet? That's what I want to do. I think it'll be nice. Yes. Okay, let's see. Do I need I'm going to need a drill to open this crate. Oh, this is exciting. It's like James Bond. Not James Bond. It's like Indiana Jones and the crate that went to top men, which is just government bureaucracy that ruins everything. All right, let's see. What's in the crate, guys? What's in the crate? Here we go. All right, don't need this. Oh, helps to put the battery in, huh? Is this not on? Oh, it's not on. Yay, no work for me. All right, here we go. In this crate are dreams. But the problem is with dreams is when they come in reality, it's an old piece of junk. It's gonna be a nightmare for a long, long, long time. That's okay, that's life. Let's make it better. Here we go. What could be in here? Yay. Oh, this is dynamite. You know, this reminds me of, isn't it funny when you go to Starbucks how everybody that works at Starbucks is super liberal or progressive? The kind that are supposed to want to save the environment, yet Starbucks makes a ridiculous amount of waste every day. Yeah, that's what this seems like. I'll have to repurpose this. You know, back in my day, it was just reduce, reuse, and recycle. So I showed a picture of this the other day, and somebody noticed the word distributors, plural, so that's a good clue. I guess they're in here. They're heavy. Is that where the distributors are? Yeah, look at this. Oh, look at that. I barely looked at all of this. I was super happy to get it at all, because you just don't get to have one of these. I hope this is fun for you guys. It's kind of fun for me. Look at this. There's two of these. It goes on the back of something and then stands vertically. You guys probably already know exactly what this is. And it says Magnetti Spaghetti. No, it says Magnetti Morelli. And there's 2 points in each one. 4 mechanical points. Yes, boomers on Facebook, when you put a picture of mechanical points and with a funny caption that says, I'm this old, does anybody young even know what these are? All right, so there's 2 distributors and that was fun and y'all saw that. But let's just get to the point. Casey, what did you find that you're so excited about? Well, it is the mighty Colombo Ferrari V12. That's kind of heavy. There's starters in there too. So when I was younger in college, I was working as a part-time Ferrari mechanic. The head guy there, the head craftsman, he was refurbishing camshafts. Don't mess up the camshafts. I don't know what they would cost to get new ones. So anyway, there's this 250 PF coupe with the 3-liter 250 V12. And it the engine was out and apart, and so he rebuilt it, and the car was largely original. So it was really exciting for me to see him rebuilding that Ferrari 250 engine, and just how you had to hold your tongue right. But he did a great job, and actually let me drive the car unattended once from this Concours to the shop, and that was a fantastic memory. It was the only time I ever drove a 250 engine Ferrari, but it was awesome. And he said this sentence, because I super respect the car, I didn't want to hurt. He's like, and when you rev it to 7,500 RPMs, I'm like, hold on. You're saying as if I'm allowed to do that and that's okay, because he trusted me, and I did, and it was amazing because it's a car from the 50s, and that was a touring car with 3 Weber carburetors. And I've ridden in a 250 GTO once on track, and that was amazing because the sound, you can find my video of it, but when the sound of the motor came up in the intro, YouTube's algorithm listened to the sound, and that's what knows all the words everybody says, and is using AI, I'd probably screw us all. But YouTube's algorithms and computer mistook the engine, and this caption simply said music playing. That's why it's special, it's music. So what do I have in here? This is the short block of a Colombo V12. This one's out of a 365 GT, which is a late 1960s front engine car. So it is indeed a Colombo, but instead of being 3 liters like the 250 GTO, the 250 SWB, the 250 Testarossa, stuff like that, those are 3 liters. This is 4.4 liters, unless I'm absolutely insane and having a brain fart. So, in a matter of speaking, this is what the old Ferrari guys, jokingly, well, that play with American stuff, call the big block Ferrari. Yes. Actually, that's a pretty good analogy, because when we think of small block Chevys, you know, 327, 350, you know, that kind of stuff. And you can bore and stroke of mind, I get that. But, you know, and then you got the big block Chevys and Fords. Well, this is effectively a big block Ferrari V12 from that era. Sandcast. Yes. Domed pistons and all that jazz. Let's see, I should probably find the carburetors, or a head. Now, this particular motor has 3 Weber carburetors, 3 2-barrel downdraft, instead of the 6 that you might see on a Ferrari Daytona, the 365 GTB 4 cam, Daytona, I think that's what it's called. So it has 3 carburetors. But the carburetors, when you only have 3 instead of 6, they're a little bigger. So there's positives and negatives with all that. And I know everybody's like, I want to see 6. Yeah, well, you're not paying for it and working on it. This crap's original. The positive side about 3 is there's only 3 I have to screw with or jet or balance. So that's kind of nice. And they're a little bigger, so it's not like it's hurting for horsepower. Also, the 365 GT motor that I have here, assuming I put it together smartly and don't blow it up, if I'm not mistaken, they make something like 320 horsepower, which is kind of a lot, actually, for what it is. Stock, mind you, the Ferrari 365 GTB 4 cam, the Daytona, it only made like 20 horsepower more, and that was with 4 cams and 6 carbs. So I'm pretty happy with this. Also, 25 horsepower from this stock, you know, not hotting it up for racing too bad, is a substantially lot more horsepower than the original Ferrari 250 GTOs and SWBs and Testarossas and things made. Because, you know, it's only 3 liter and there is no replacement for displacement. So it does weigh a little bit more, but this is going to make for one badass sports racer from the 50s. So I think that's all I'm going to show right now. Hopefully you can see it. Let me drag it over. It's in good but kind of skanky shape. And all the important parts are here, so you can see it. So here's what I'm going to do. I got to build a car, sports racer, like they did in the 50s, you know, Devons and stuff. So I want to keep it really period correct, where is reasonable. You know, especially all the things you see, seats and belts and steering wheels and gauges and accoutrements. I will probably either call up Dayton wire wheel or Barani if I'm feeling ridiculously saucy over there in Europe, and have wire wheels made, typical of the time period like my Devon was long ago. I'll probably run the Dunlop bias ply race tires that you can still buy that are identical to what they were in the 50s. So I dig that, I like that driving style, but I don't want it to be a cantankerous piece of crap. So The chassis is going to be largely conventional with some round tubing, making it better and supporting the body structure. I will probably do a live rear axle with an alloy center section with a conventional transmission. I have heard that some people have adapted Tremec T5s to the Ferrari 365s because the original Ferrari transmissions are really delicate and expensive. And there's also ways to put a transaxle on it, but it's a 50s sports racer. I don't need to get psychotic. And go that way. And if it has modern gears and modern transmission stuff, that's all great. You're not going to break it. It's cheap. This is not that way. So I will probably retain the original Ferrari clutch so that I have a, we'll call it the weak spot, the weak link in the chain, because I don't want to break the motor or hurt the crankshaft, because that would make me cry a lot. These don't grow on trees. I have been told that if you want a full rebuild on one of these motors, where everything's there and it's not completely grenaded or something, that rebuild cost starts at like $75,000. I don't have that kind of money. So I'm gonna have to get really smart, but not screw it up, because do something catastrophic. So this is definitely gonna be a soulful learning journey for me with motorsports history and all. And that's that, and that's what I wanna do. I want that journey, and I wanna mark this occasion of like everything I've learned from craftsmanship in the past to make me my one last awesome 1950s sports racer. So I can live that dream and hear those sounds and smell those smells and feel those feelings. And I want to just enjoy a couple little things if I can. So, it takes effort. It does take some money, but with some cleverness and patience. It's taken me 43 years. Until I'm 43 years old to get this ratty old motor and this silly old body that's been sitting for 40 plus years. So at least I got this. And I'll show you guys here and there, probably when some neat things happen. I think I'm going to leave the motor together and then delicately put the heads on and carbs and everything like that so I can mock it up. And then figure out whatever transmission or transaxle I'm going to use so I can get the mock up properly when I'm building my chassis and whatnot. So there's going to be some big stages, and I'll probably just show you guys that. But I've really enjoyed having you all here, and I know some people are like sad the King Zero is gone. Yeah, it's gone. I traded it away for a gentleman that was in love with it and will likely finish it. Not a YouTuber though. It was killing me, and that was a good idea for YouTube, but it was not worth it. The Indy Roadster I was doing because I was working with that family in Indianapolis, and they thought it was a great idea to lie to me and then do other things, and I no longer wanted to work with them. So it came back and I sold the project. I like that too, but I just didn't have the heart. But this is the one for me. I'm just kind of done building cars, guys. It's a time in life where I really need to use my management ability and kind of like vision ability and direction at connecting people and resources and things, and use my time that way. So I have more time for my family, and the rest of the time can be for building businesses, whether that may be manufacturing related, material science, or if I find traction or value to do what I feel I need to in the world of politics, which are good conservative values, because I think we are completely off the rails. So that's about it. The engine's not for sale. The body's not for sale. I'm not going to sell it when I'm done. Don't ask me to. I'm not going to build you a car. There are no more. I have no more motors for you. I don't know where the hell you get another motor. Well, I do, but you'd pay a ridiculous amount of money for it. I can't get you another body. I'm not going to mold you another body. I don't care what you think it looks like. It doesn't. That's my old sports racer I'm going to put together with old junk. But I do have a Ferrari engine, so that's pretty bitchin'. And that's it. So this chapter's done, guys. But that's okay. Let me stand back up. Yeah, that's good. Thanks for letting me stand up. That feels better. Where's that dumb Omega car? No, it's over there. Anyway, it's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot. I learned a lot about human nature. I've learned a lot about the algorithm. I've learned a lot about how the internet actually works. It's sad to me that so many people believe superficial stuff and don't look into anything, and they're just emotionally reactive. But that's how they take advantage of us all. And none of us are perfect from being bigger than that. I've seen a lot behind the scenes in the automotive world. And I just don't want to do my car love and passion in it or around it anymore. Honestly, I don't like being around modern exotic car owners, the majority of them, respectfully. I'm tired of the YouTube game, chasing algorithm with automotive stuff. And I'm just tired of all the pettiness of the whole automotive world. It was supposed to be fun and enjoyable. So I'm just gonna make this fun and enjoyable for me one big last time, do some nice things I wanna do, with my wife, and live that life with the hobby. And if everything's gonna be a horrible, swampy war, fine, let's do it in politics. Because at the end of the day, that's just ideas in politics. They come, they go, things change, and you do what you think is right, and you grow, and you try to make things better. Of course, if you're not a pathological psychopath that's just trying to ruin things, or a puppet. But I enjoy beating up on pathological psychopaths and puppets. So sometimes a battle is worth it, and other times it's not. I am into winning wars. You can't win every battle, but the car world, at the end of the day, are just boys playing with toys. Keep in mind that it doesn't matter whether you're racing the SCCA, and autocrossing, vintage racing, Formula One, IndyCar, IMSA, or NASCAR. It's just a different racing club of a different socioeconomic class. Doesn't mean one's better than another, and you're able to enjoy whatever you like. So pick the thing you enjoy most and can afford, and go do that. And don't take that too seriously. There's better things in life. And also, like what you like, not because the internet sticks it in your face. And I think that's good advice. Find the things that are timeless, because they're the ones that matter more and retain their value more. And oftentimes, in the case I mentioned about the old oil paintings that our postmodern world doesn't give a crap about and you can get cheaply, well, that's kind of sad for the sake of culture, but it might be really great for all of you soulful people with a heart and some interest. The world's pretty cool if you don't mind falling through the cracks and being yourself. I'm gonna go be myself. I hope you guys like my big, oily Ferrari engine paperweight and my silly old sports racer body. Yeah, that's all I got. I already feel better. More videos to come, but they're gonna be on the Omega car and later on some vintage racing, and at some point I'll come back and show you this car. And who knows, maybe things will change big in my life and I'll have to pause on this car, but someday, regardless of how many videos you see, I'm gonna make sure you guys get one really cool video of me blasting in my sports racer. Go live your dreams. Go build your things. Put down the phone, figure it out, make it happen. Even if it starts with a bicycle or a go-kart, that's cool. It's gotta start somewhere. That's how it was for me. See you guys next time.